what's up? Welcome back. I'm Carly, and today I have a yin practice for you. We're just going to find some slow organic movement with the breath and then end with a couple yin postures. So let's go ahead and lie down on the back to get started. You can root your feet down into the mat to help you down. Maybe slide a pillow underneath your knees, or if it feels okay in the body, you can stretch the legs long. We're going to start with 3 deep breaths in with open mouth exhales. Really let it go. Commit to that open mouth breath. Big deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out, exhale. Ooh, letting it go, softening in the muscles on those exhales. One more round. And let it go. Nice job. Feel your body getting heavy in the mat. Softening in the hips, the glutes, the shoulders, the neck, and the space right between the eyebrows. Notice how it feels to draw in those breaths. And notice the belly fall as you exhale. Getting present to the sensations in your body and noting if there's any unnecessary tension. Giving yourself permission to release on those exhales here. And slowly invite in small movements, rolling out your wrists and ankles. And eventually stretch your arms long over your head and your toes out in front of you. Big deep breath in, full body stretch. Nothing's better than a full body stretch no matter what time of day. Woo, and then roll over onto your favorite side. Maybe pull your knees into your chest and use your arm as a pillow, or just finding any small, comfortable shape. This is going to be a somewhat short practice, so take this time really to commit to an intention for the next 20 or 30 minutes. For me, it's just finding ease and moving with the breath. Super simple. When I think about my inhales and exhales, I really can't think about anything else. It's an awesome way to just get super present in the most simple way. When you're ready, go ahead and press yourself up. We're going to come all the way to a tabletop pose. So stack your knees underneath your hip points and your wrists underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingertips super wide. You can take traditional cat-cow here. Inhale, dropping the belly, reaching the heart through the shoulders and gazing towards the sky. And exhale, round through the spine, press away from the yoga mat, doming through the upper shoulders. Now, if you're craving any other movements here, I really encourage you to do that. So maybe taking your knees a little wider and moving with those hips around and back. Now's the time to work into the shoulders, the wrists, the hips, the chest, the spine. Finding ease, kind of lubricating all of those joints. Now, I've made some foolish mistakes in my handstands lately. I've been working really hard on it, actually. And I took a silly fall the other day and my wrists have been driving me crazy ever since. So I'm going to come down onto my forearms and move here through this cat-cow or Shakti circle action. So maybe that'll feel good in your body too, even if you're not having wrist pain. It's just a shift in what we do normally. So it's a shift away from normalcy here, just trying something new, creating new shapes in the body and noticing where you feel that more. I love this song. It's Sam Regan. I'll put his Bandcamp link in the video description. He actually just released a new album today. But I just think it's so peaceful. Anywho, All right, when you feel nice and complete, tuck your toes and then walk your hips back towards your heels. We're gonna come to sitting on the heels. It's really important here to have the toes tucked. I know that that can cause some intense sensation in the soles of the feet, so just bear with me here. Inhale, reach the arms high up overhead. And then exhale, release the arms down by the sides. Super simple movement. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach high. Take the full inhale to bring those arms up overhead. And then take the full exhale to release the arms by the sides. Nice work. Go ahead and clasp those fingertips together. Pull your low belly in tight. Reach your fist down and reach the heart high, stretching across the collarbones. Big, deep breath in. And stay for your exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. And release. Go ahead and send your arms all the way back up overhead. Inhale. Slow exhale as you seal those hands in at heart center. Nice. Go ahead and send your arms forward. We're going to come all the way to a downward facing dog, sending those hips up and back. Feel free to pedal your feet out, taking anything that you need here. And then go ahead and start to roll forward. So think of tucking your chin, finding cat pose as you shift all the way to your high plank. We aren't here long. Go ahead and bend your knees. Lead with the hips, melt the heart back towards the thighs. We're melting back into down dog. So articulating through the spine as we shift the weight, plank to down dog, plank to down dog. Inhale, roll forward, tuck the chin, shifting forward. Exhale, bend the knees, tilt the tailbone towards the sky, melt the heart towards the thighs, down dog. One more time, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the knees, send the tailbone up, melt the heart back towards the thighs, articulating through the spine. Nice work, y'all. And last round, we shift all the way forward to high plank and stay. Lower your knees, hug the elbows tight into the side body as we lower down knees, chest, and chin, come to the mat. So we're not letting those hips crash to the mat before the heart does. And then extend those legs long. Nice. Press your hip points into your mat, the tops of the feet into the mat. Little to no weight in the hands here as you lift the heart away, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down with control. Nice, slow, rolling cobras. We've got one more. Inhale, tucking the chin, lifting the heart away from the mat, rolling up. And exhale, melting down. Great work. Go ahead and press up through tabletop pose. Take an inhale. And then exhale, come to fingertips, round through the spine. We're in this cat pose variation, but try coming onto the fingertips like you've got a cupcake under your hands. And notice that you've got to shift the weight backwards here. Awesome. Now walk your knees slightly wider and sink your hips down towards your heels, continuing that roll back. And then we melt down into child's pose. Lots of spinal articulation here. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. And then tuck your toes. Shift your hips up and back. We're coming all the way to downward dog. Let's do it again, finding a little fluidity, connection to the breath. Inhale, shift forward, roll forward, just like a wave. And then let that wave crash, bend the knees, tilt the tailbone up towards the sky, melting back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, rolling all the way to plank. This time we stay. Exhale, drop the knees, hug the elbows tight into the side body, lower down through chaturanga. Knees, chest, and chin. Press those hip points down, tops of the feet wide into the yoga mat. Lift the heart away from the mat, cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up through tabletop, wide knees. Exhale, round through the spine, coming onto the the tips of the fingers rather, cat pose. That was a jumble of words here. We're rounding through the spine, we're on the tips of the fingers, and then we sink those hips back towards the heels, melting down into child's pose. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Go ahead and press yourself into your palms. We're coming all the way back to downward facing dog. Nice work. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, melt back. Beautiful. Inhale, roll forward and stay. Exhale, drop the knees, hug the elbows into the side body, lower down through this modified chaturanga. We're coming all the way to the belly. Chest meets the mat, hips meet the mat, step those feet wide, press the tops of the feet into the mat and lift the heart. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, melt it down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, cat variation, coming onto the fingertips. Notice that you have to find a little core engagement to get here. And then exhale, melt down, child's pose. Nice job. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Maybe rock and roll your head side to side, getting that space right between the eyebrows to relax. Nice work, y'all. One more breath wherever you've chosen to be. And then we're gonna come all the way back to downward facing dog. Prepare for change here. Inhale, reach your right heel high. And then exhale, step your right foot outside your right hand with control. So slow here, like you're moving through molasses, carrying that right knee up towards the shoulder and then setting it down. Lots of slow core engagement. Nice work. Go ahead and drop your left knee down. Reach your right arm high. Big breath in, nice and slow, peeling that right shoulder open. And then exhale, bring those right fingertips back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, slowly reach that arm all the way up to 12 o'clock. And then exhale, rain the right fingertips all the way down to the yoga mat. Great, come onto both sets of fingertips here, like you're a frog. All 10 pads of the fingers are on the mat. And then inhale, reach the heart forward. Maybe you drop the left hip forward, stretching the front of the left hip flexor. Think cow pose. And exhale, round through the spine. Think cat pose, doming through the upper back. Ride this wave out, flex the right toes, straighten the right leg, coming all the way to Ardha Hanumanasana, this half split here. Think of peeling the right hip crease back and down. Stay on those fingertips, or if you need to bring a pillow or a block or a book underneath your hands to bring the ground up to you, go for it. Inhale, reach the heart forward, spine long, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly start to shift forward back into your kneeling lunge. Plant those hands inside the right foot with the core, strength of your core. Step the right foot back, tabletop pose. Nice work. Spread the fingertips wide, tuck the toes, and melt your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left heel high. Like you're moving through molasses, draw that left knee all the way up and over, shifting forward. We're coming all the way to that lizard lunge. Great work. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Drop that right knee down, and then exhale, open it up. Stretching long through the side body, just like we did before. Reach that left arm up overhead, coming all the way to the noon position as slowly as you can. And then exhale, float those left fingertips down to the yoga mat. All 10 finger pads come to the mat. Reach your heart forward, drop your right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Think cat pose here. And then ride the hips, ride the wave back, flex the left toes towards the sky, peeling that left hip crease back and down. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, heart reaches forward, long spine. And then exhale, bow. Again, inhale, heart reaches forward. Exhale, deepening into this posture, keeping the low back long. And then slowly start to shift forward, hands plant inside that left foot, strength of the core, lifts as you step that left foot back, tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, melt your hips all the way back. We come to downward facing dog. We're gonna add on, inhale, reach your right heel high. Exhale, carry your right foot outside the right hand, slow as you can with your breath. Option to keep the back knee lifted this time, totally optional. Reach the right arm high, inhale. And then exhale, carry those right fingertips back towards the wall behind you. Now, if you have pretty open hips and you want to come into that horizon lunge, pinky toe wedges at the feet, you're welcome to do so. But y'all, if that's a lot for you, this is a softer edge of your practice. So don't do that. Come back. Meet your body where it is today. Respond to what your body's asking for. And then inhale, reach your arm all the way back up and plant it inside the right foot. Sweet. So you can drop the left knee and take that half Hanuman again, or keep the back knee lifted, come onto your finger pads here, and straighten your right leg, coming into this extended pyramid pose variation. Notice how this feels in your body. Maybe this is too much. Maybe your body's asking you to lower that left knee back down. Totally cool. Say, okay, body, thank you. Inhale, reach your spine long instead of resisting it, right? Because when we resist, we're creating dis-ease in the body. That's tensing up our muscles. We're not going to be able to meet our yoga edge when we got a wall up, right? Got to find that ease, softening into the poses. Y'all are like, hush, Carly. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Lower your left knee down, and then we're going to heel toe that right foot so that it's right in front of the right hip. Front knee is stacked over the front ankle. Think of scissoring the inner thighs together as you reach your arms high up overhead. Ooh. And then slowly start to float the left knee away from the mat. Keep it bent though. So we're stacking the head over the heart over the hips here. Hips are nice and low. You feel the front edge of that back left leg lit up, and the generous bend in that front knee. Low belly stays nice and tight. Take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale, cactus, the elbows wide, look towards the sky. Inhale, reach your arms high. Great work. Rain those hands all the way down to the mat, plant them. And then you can move through tabletop or flick the right toes away from the mat and come all the way to three-legged dog, sending your right heel high. Exhale, step that right foot down. And then inhale, reach the left heel high. Just like we did before. Nice and slow, floating through water here. We're going to plant that left foot outside the left hand. And inhale, reach the left arm high. Again, you totally have the option to drop the right knee. If your hips are open and you want the horizon lunge, take it. Roll onto the pinky toe edges of the feet. Otherwise, just carry those left fingertips back behind you. Staying connected to the breath. Inhale, reach that left arm all the way back up overhead. And exhale, float that left hand all the way back down to the mat. Great work. You have the option to drop the back knee, come into your half Hanuman, or keep that back knee active, straighten the left leg, extended triangle pose, extended pyramid pose. Reach your heart forward, super long spine as you inhale. Softening, easing as you exhale, deepening into your posture. Notice where you're holding unnecessary tension. Let it go. Another breath in, long spine. Exhale, melting down, forward fold. Great work. Go ahead and drop that right knee down if it's lifted. Start to heel toe the left foot back into the center line, right in front of that left hip. Think of pulling the inner thighs to the center line of the body and reach the arms up overhead, Anjaneyasana. Keep that head stacked over the heart stacked over the hips, and the hips stacked over the knee as you start to float the right knee away from the mat. Super tall spine. Strong through that back right leg, strong through the front left leg. Nice 90-degree bend. Take a full breath in, pull the low belly in. And then exhale, cactus, the elbows wide, gaze towards the sky. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, float your hands all the way down to the mat, plant them. You can move through tabletop or flick your left toes away from the mat, using the strength of your core to send that left leg all the way up to three-legged dog. Exhale, set your left foot down. Nice work. Go ahead and come to your knees. We've done it. We're going to swing those legs around and send them straight up in the air. Now's another time to grab for your trusty pillow and slide it underneath your hip points. Maybe you're up against a wall and you just send your legs up against a wall. That's an awesome option also. If you're cold like me, maybe drape a blanket over your toes, over your body. Finding ease, releasing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth and softening the gaze or closing the eyes. your mind is wandering, bring your attention to the tips of your toes. Imagine any tension in your body, anything that doesn't feel great, anything that isn't serving you, is just slowly draining out. Maybe you give that idea a sensation. For me, I can kind of feel a warmth draining down my legs. Whatever it is for you, imagine it's draining down your toes, through the soles of your feet, down your ankles, through the calf muscles, down the calf muscles, through the legs, the quads, the hamstrings. And then it just spills out onto the floor, into the ground, where it will be renewed and made into something new, something more productive. Let it go. Just a couple more breaths here in your waterfall pose. And then we'll slowly begin to lower the feet down. We're going to remove the pillow from underneath the sacrum and place it underneath the shoulders here. If you have a long pillow, place it all the way along your spine. You're going to lay back on that pillow. Allow your shoulders to fall wide open. You can stay here in this supported fish variation. Or if you would like to add on, bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide in Baddha Konasana, legs. Taking these final moments to release tension. Melting into the yoga mat. Releasing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, creating ease in the jaw, in the face, that space between the eyebrows. Softening in the glutes, in the low back. And in the neck. I invite you to stay here as long as you like, relishing in those moments of stillness, of peace. Know that it only takes a few minutes to connect to your breath, listen to your body, to release what isn't serving you, and to tune back into the here and now. Thank you so much for taking this time on your yoga mat to fill up your cup today. When you get up, help yourself up slowly. It's an honor and a privilege to get to practice with you, even through these little machines. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Namaste, y'all.